This Tuesday was mostly dry across the Wiregrass. Things are shaping up to be pretty dry for this evening as we head into Wednesday. Not much in the way of rain is expected until we get to the weekend when some more moisture comes back into the region along with some cloud cover. But the live scans across the region barely even picking up on some clear air returns because we have some fairly dry air in place. That's why we haven't had much in the way of cloud cover and actually not feeling too uncomfortable at times for us throughout the day. But tomorrow those winds are going to be out of a southerly direction at times, and with those high temperatures in the middle 90s, it's going to feel like it is over 100 degrees for many locations. Still in the 90s by 6 o'clock with a mix of sun and clouds. The temperature trend is going to be downward for Thursday and Friday, but still those heat index temperatures will be a concern over the weekend. Saturday and Sunday, elevated storm chances will be with us, so those temperatures are going to be a little bit cooler. The heat index temperature won't be as much of a concern by then. In the tropics, we have a strengthening storm. Hurricane Chris is now a Category 2 storm, and this system that was Beryl is still looking like it has a pretty good chance of developing over the next 5 days. I think now that it's going to be over more open water, maybe in the next 2 days or so, we could start to see a little bit more in the way of development. Already seeing a little bit of convection north of the Turks and Caicos. So here's Chris, a very healthy looking hurricane. On our satellite imagery, there's the eye, the center of circulation, very symmetrical. That means we have high pressure aloft, so the outflow is very good, and we also have some pretty warm water. The Gulf Stream is right there, so it's likely that this storm will actually get a little bit stronger. 105-mile-per-hour sustained winds right now, moving northeast at 10 miles per hour, so starting to pick up some steam as it is moving up into the North Atlantic. But notice those winds Wednesday morning, maybe around 110, staying that same strength as we head into the evening, finally then weakening as it gets into the Canadian Maritimes, and then as we see it kind of hook towards Iceland, in between Iceland and Great Britain. Still a fairly strong storm, sustained winds at 45 miles per hour, so definitely something for them to be on the lookout for. Hour by hour for tonight, our forecast model playing this out. Mostly clear skies for us in the overnight. Temperatures cooling off into the lower 70s, so pretty comfortable compared to where we could be for this time of year for wake-up temperatures. A slight northerly breeze will be with us, but eventually through the day tomorrow, that is going to be shifting out of a more southerly direction. That will bring in some Gulf moisture, but not enough to really produce any rain for us, just really adding humidity to the air, which makes it feel a little bit more uncomfortable. And then as we head into Wednesday night, still holding on to the 80s early on. Early Thursday morning, conditions will be mainly clear, similar pattern to where we will be for tomorrow. A little bit of cloud cover by the coast, maybe a few sea breeze showers getting initiated, but for us, looking pretty dry and pretty warm as we do head into the evening hours. For tonight, closer to home, there we are. There's those 70s as we go to bed tonight, and staying that way for tomorrow morning. Temperatures will be climbing pretty quickly. Lots of sunshine and relatively dry air early in the day will help that to happen, and then in the afternoon and into the evening, still staying pretty warm and pretty sticky out there after being in the mid-90s for high temperatures. And then we're going to be going through that same pattern as we head into Thursday. So for tonight, 74 degrees for our low temperature here in Dothan, mostly clear skies. And then for us on Wednesday afternoon, we will be warming up into the middle 90s, so a little bit cooler, but not much for Thursday and Friday. Maybe a little bit more in the way of cloud cover will be with us. And then as we head into the weekend, that's when our next storm system will be moving in. And then next week, we'll be settling into a more typical pattern. Average high temperatures by then for the weekend. If we're lucky, maybe some more rain will help to cool things off just a tad.
You know what's interesting about Hurricane Chris?